Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's such a beautiful occasion, and I think you'll all agree that the chuppah was a truly, truly magical and wonderful celebration of the love that these two have for each other. And when Brandon opens his eyes, they do make such a beautiful couple. Now, this occasion is momentous and notable for so many reasons, but one of the reasons that it is particularly notable is that I get to speak for about 2 minutes, uninterrupted, without Tan interrupting me, finishing my story, or diverting me to her own story, which has nothing in common with my story, but it has a word in it that she remembers about another story. The number of times we've said to Tan, it's not about you, well, tonight is about you, it's all about you, Tan. So we're going to talk a lot about Tan, so let's talk about who she is and what she likes and what she doesn't like. I do have to confess that at one stage, Annie and me were planning our retirement for 3 people. We didn't think that there was anybody in this world who would put up with Montanna's peculiarities. But let's go back a little bit. Montanna does a great first impression. When I first met her, she gave me the death stare, and from that moment on, she hated me. She hated the way I cooked, she hated what I cooked. In fact, I was the spawn of Satan. I was dating her mom, I was evil beyond. And to me, she was this precocious little child with an attitude who hated me. But then somehow down the years, something changed. And she realized I wasn't such a terrible person, and we became very, very close. Actually, I think it was the way I cooked the popcorn. So now, even though I'm the stepdad, I feel like I'm watching my daughter grow up and become a woman and get married and start a family of her own. I brought all the tissues for Annie, and then Erin used them all up, and now there's none left for me. Those who know Montanna know that she's always been a very strong-willed child with a very loud voice. And when she wants something, she will not give up until she gets what she wants. Now, if you want proof of what that's all about, try take Tan shopping for something where she knows kind of what she wants to buy. She will start at one end of the mall, and she will walk into the first shop that has the item she's looking for, and she will haggle the poor shop assistant down to a price, and then she will leave and go to the next shop that's offering the same thing, and so she will go on to the next and the next and the next, until she's exhausted every shop in the mall, every shop assistant in the mall, and her mom. Then she'll go back to the first shop and buy it from the first place that she found it. Now, I know this from first-hand experience because I've had to deal with Annie and calm her nerves after several such occasions. Tequila usually works. When Tan wants something, she will stop at nothing to get what she wants. The number of times... Now, let me tell you about life at home. You know, when I'm at home and Tan comes home, she goes straight to her bedroom and she's on her phone until she decides she's hungry. It doesn't matter what we cook. When she's hungry, she'll come out on her own. It's a little bit like the meerkats. They come up at sunrise, they disappear down the hole, and you never see them again until the sun comes up. Now and again, I get home and suddenly Tan's sitting in the kitchen, waiting for me. Can I get you a glass of wine, Adam? Can I make you a cup of coffee? Can I fix you something to eat? I know something's up. And then she'll start telling me a story about her day, about something completely out of context. And then she says, you know how much you loved Blue when he was a puppy? And well, I saw this post about this whole litter of the cutest little baby French hairless Siamese bulldog peacock miniature teacup guinea pig something. And oh, look how cute. And she'll do the video thing. And then it would just bring tears to my eyes when I had to say, no. I do have to say the only person more relentless than Tan when they want something is Aaron, but more about that on his 21st. So now I told you all of that story, so I could tell you this one. When Tan first discovered Brandon, she was this starry-eyed grade 8 in the big wide world of high school, and Brandon was this big, handsome hunk rugby player in matric. For Tan, it was love at first sight. For Brandon, let's just say it took him a little bit longer to come around and see things Montana's way. But Montanna doesn't give up. When she sees something she wants, she goes after it. So she stalked him for a very long time. And Brandon finally gave in and accepted her invitation to come to her 21st birthday party where all the magic happened. Now, Brandon, fortunately, arrived fashionably late, which was a good thing because he missed the male stripper, don't tell Brain. And the first 20 tequilas, but then Tan, being Tan, seized her opportunity, kissed him passionately, and then promptly threw up. Somehow Brandon still stuck around for more, and that's when Annie and I knew it was true love. And since then, we've watched the two of you grow closer and closer and more in love. And it was a very, very happy day for both Annie and me when Brandon started acting very, very weird around the office, and he started sweating a lot. And then he asked me if he could have a private meeting with me in my office, in private, at the far end of the house, with the doors closed. Well, everyone was in tears, and we were truly, truly happy for the two of you when Brandon asked if he could marry Montanna. Brandon, I'm really, really, truly happy and proud to call you my son-in-law. It might make things a bit weird around the office when you start calling me Dad, but we'll deal with that on Monday. So now that the two of you are married, Mr. and Mrs. Shapiro, my job here is to give you all the pearls of wisdom about what it takes to make a happy marriage happy. Montanna, what it takes to be a good wife has changed over the years, fortunately for you. When your mom was your age, being a good wife was all about keeping a good house, cooking, cleaning, washing, ironing, something you've only ever seen on TikTok videos, but it really was a real thing, I'm telling you. Fortunately for you now, there's Uber Eats and Mr. D, and of course there's Gary and Grace, and fortunately Tan also. Sushi from Mr. D comes in a styrofoam plate with a disposable pair of chopsticks, so all you really need is a clean dustbin bag. Brandon, for you, things haven't really changed for what it takes to be a good husband over the years. Make lots of money, spend your money on what she says you can spend it on, and only play golf on Sundays, not every day ending in wife. And until recently, I would have said treat your wife like a queen. But as we all know, that has now changed because it would mean that you'd have to put her in a box and parade her around the country at the back of the horse and cart. And leave her unattended in a chapel so people can queue for 36 hours to pay their respects. So rather let me say, treat her like a princess. Treat her like royalty, you know what I mean, right? Spoil her lots, spoil her often, and only take her to restaurants that serve chicken, grilled in lemon juice, no oil, no butter, no dairy because she's lactose, and only the big tomatoes, not the little ones because she's allergic, and no flour, no gluten, and all the dressing on the side. Thank you, it's perfect. I hope that the two of you will look on me and Annie as your role models for a happy marriage, because we really do have a happy marriage. We love and respect one another. We allow each other to be the people we are. And your wife, Annie even said I could say that. So here we are, and I'm going to share some of the secrets of a happy marriage, the ones that we're allowed to share in public anyway, on how to make magic in your marriage. Love each other without judgment. You know what they say about making judgment. If you want to judge another man, first walk a mile in his shoes. Because that way, when you do judge him, you're a mile away and you've got his shoes. Each of you are allowed to be the person you are because you are who you are. I mean, how can you judge another person for being who they are? Accept each other with everything that makes the other person who they are. Life will be a whole lot easier that way. And remember, you chose this person because of who they are. There are always two sides to every story, two sides to every argument. There's the wrong way and there's Tan's way. Brandon, just accept that. Life is easy, trust me. The euphoria of the wedding and the honeymoon eventually settles into everyday life. Find something special to share every day. Cuddle up by the TV, take a walk together, do something routine, mundane, special, it doesn't matter. But just find that one moment every day. Buy flowers just because. If things don't go to plan, laugh about it. Shrug it off, get back on your feet. Hold hands, start over, as long as you're together. Be each other's peace. When there's noise and confusion in your partner's world, be the place that they can find their peace. Share dreams together. Before you met each other, you had your own dreams. Now you've chosen to build your dream together, a mosaic of everything you've both wanted, but together. Let your dreams excite both of you, and let your dreams be something that you enjoy building together. Make memories together, not just the ones that Tan shows you on her phone after every meal or when she's bored. Sometimes there will be money and sometimes there won't. Remember that you're in this together no matter what. Leave blame at the door and figure things out side by side. Always have room in your house for love. No matter how much you love each other, your house will always find room for more love. Unfortunately, that's not the same for pets. Enough for the animals already, the two of you. You're going to need a bigger house. Family are the most important people in your lives. Friends will always come and go, and some might be with you together. But people have a way of following their own life's dreams, and friendships may not always be what they are right now. But your family will always be with you, whether you like it or not. And on that note, we're here to support the two of you always. We'll always be here for the two of you. Maybe a few $1,000 and an air ticket away, but we're here for you. And Brandon, if anything goes wrong, just remember that picture of you and Etzebeth holding that Aussie, and that's me and you. Just look after her properly. And finally, Annie says she's ready to have grandkids. Just saying. So Brandon and Montanna, on behalf of Annie and myself and everyone here, we wish you a life of happiness, a life full to bursting with all the good things, a life fulfilled. May your home be a place of peace and love and joy and happiness. May your children be a blessing to you and to one another. May you always find comfort in one another. And may your souls be richer together. To Montanna and Brandon.